Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying polynomials. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first example. So in our first example, we're going to be multiplying a monomial to a binomial, and we're going to use our distributive property and then simplify. So we're going to be multiplying x squared times 2x and x squared times negative 10x to the fourth and x squared times y. So we take our monomial on the outside and multiply it to everything on the inside. So again, we're going to stick with this in standard form once we're finished, but we're going to multiply it in the order that they're written. So we've got x squared times 2x, so 2x is going to stay the same, but x times x squared, if we remember our laws of exponents, we've got 1 here and 2 there, so that's going to give us 3, so we're going to end up with 2x to the third. Then we've got x squared times negative 10x, so again, negative 10x is going to remain the same. We've got negative 10x there, but the x, and we've got 2 and 4, that's going to become 6. And then we've got x squared times y. Now those are different variables, so they can't be combined, they can't go together. So that's going to be simply the same as plus x squared y, because they're going to be multiplied together. Now we're going to write this in standard form with our highest power first. So we're going to make sure that we have our negative 10x squared is going to go to or negative 10x to the sixth is going to go to the front because that has the largest power. Then we've got plus 2x to the third, and then we've got plus xy, x squared y on the back. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next example. Now here we're going to be multiplying a binomial to a binomial, and there are two ways to do this. The first one that we're going to talk about is the box method. So you can see here that I have x plus 6 times x plus 5. So to set this up with the box method, I'm going to put an x plus 6 on this side, and then I'm going to have x plus 5 on the other side, because these are the two binomials. Then I'm going to multiply them together much like a Punnett square that I talked about in science class. So x times x is going to give me x squared. X times 6x is going to be 6x. 5 times x is going to be 5x. And 5 times 6 is going to be 30. And then I'm going to write out what I've got. So I've got x squared. I've got plus 6x. I've got plus 5x. And then I've got plus 30. Now here I'm going to combine my like terms. So x squared can't combine with anything, so it's going to just stay x squared. 6x and 5x can add together to give me 11x. And then 30 doesn't have anything to combine with, so plus 30 is my answer. Okay, so when I multiply a binomial to a binomial, I'm going to end up with an answer that is a trinomial. Again, 3 terms for tri. Now let's take a look at the other method. So the other method we're going to use for multiplying a binomial to a binomial is known as the FOIL method, and people find it to be faster. The FOIL method is an acronym that stands for first, outside, inside, last. And that's the order we're going to multiply our terms in to create our trinomial. So our firsts are going to be the first one, so 3x times x. So 3x times x is going to give us 3x squared. Then we're going to do the outside. So those are the ones that are on the outside of the things up to the parentheses. So that's going to be 3x times negative 6. And 3x times negative 6 is going to give me negative 18x. Then we're going to multiply the inside number. So those are the numbers that are closest to the parentheses. So that's going to be 1 times x. So that's going to be plus 1x. And we don't have to write the 1, but we're going to do it here so it helps us combine our like terms later. And then we're going to multiply our last numbers together. And that's going to be multiplying the 1 times the negative 6. And 1 times negative 6 is going to be negative 6. And again, we're still going to have to combine our like terms. So we've got 3x squared there. That's not going to combine with anything. So that's going to just stay 3x squared. Negative 18x and positive 1x are going to combine to give me negative 17x. And then negative 6 has nothing to combine with. So it's just going to stay negative 6. So again, I multiplied two binomials together and I got a trinomial. Both the FOIL method and the box method work, but they only work for multiplying binomials times binomials. That brings us to the end of this problem. It also brings us to the end of this set of notes and this video. If you like this video, we're going to say thumbs up. If you love this video, we're going to say sub, and we will catch you in the next one.